Hi, I'm Tyler Schmutz, and I'm going to be giving a speech on the history of golf in America. This is my audience. The game of golf is one that has been played for centuries, but it's came to America fairly recently. The game was first played in the links lands of Scotland and England, and it made its way to America in the late 1800s. The father of American golf was a man by the name of John Reed. Like many of the early golfers in America, he was a transplanted Scotsman. He was born in Scotland, came to America, and it was when he was visiting his native Scotland that he decided that he wanted to play golf in America. He was at the home of golf, St. Andrews, Scotland, and had a set of clubs mailed to his home in Yonkers, New York. And that's where he and a group of 5 other men founded the St. Andrews Golf Club in honor of St. Andrews in Scotland, the home of golf. The new members of the club were called the Apple Tree Gang because they played 6 holes, and at the end of each round they would rest under the shade of an apple tree and enjoy drinks, sandwiches. It was their 19th hole. The USGA, the governing body of golf in America, was founded shortly after John Reed's club was founded. The USGA was founded in 1894, and it was founded out of there was a conflict at the first ever national championship. It was decided that a governing body was needed to conduct the championship, so the USGA was formed. It conducts numerous championships for men and women professionals and amateurs alike, and its most notable tournaments are the United States Open and the United States Amateur Championships. Now, at the beginning, golf in America was mostly just for the wealthy and the privileged people. All this changed in 1913 when a 20-year-old named Francis Ouimet beat 2 of the greatest players of all time in Harry Vardon and Ted Ray. Harry Vardon is widely known as the greatest British player of all time. He's won 6 British Opens. It's a record that hasn't been matched yet. Ouimet was a young caddy. He grew up in a working class family and went on to beat these men, and after that happened, the game of golf just exploded. One of the men that was influenced by Francis Ouimet was Bobby Jones. He was arguably the greatest ever to play the game. He had a short career though. He won the Grand Slam, which has never been equal to this day. He won the U.S. Amateur, the British Amateur, the British Open, and the British Amateur in the same year. He retired from the game because he no longer had a passion for it, and he had degrees from Harvard, Georgia Tech, and Emory University, and he figured he would make more money in the business world than turning professional. We'll skip ahead to the mid-20th century. There was 3 players that really revolutionized the game at this time. They were Ben Hogan, Sam Snead, and Byron Nelson. The things they did on the golf course and off the golf course were truly remarkable. All 3 of them were born in 1912, and they were just the 3 greatest players of their time, and they were great rivals. 3 of their main accomplishments. Byron Nelson in 1947 had a streak where he won 11 tournaments in a row. It was a remarkable streak. Ben Hogan, he was in a near fatal car accident, and he was told he probably would never walk again, let alone play golf. He came back from a car accident and won the U.S. Open, the Masters, and the British Open all in the same season in 1953. Sam Snead has more victories on the PGA Tour than anyone in the history of the game. After these men, the game was dominated by Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. Palmer was just the greatest player in the late 50s and early 60s, won 7 majors. Then Jack Nicklaus came along and kind of knocked him off his throne and won 18 majors. That's a record that is still being chased today by the likes of this man right here, Tiger Woods. The modern era of the game is unbelievable. It's changed so much since its inception. The fact that Tiger is the world's richest athlete is incredible, considering the fact that in the early days of the game, golf pros were looked on as second-class citizens, weren't allowed in the clubhouses of the clubs they played their tournaments at. Now they're just regarded as some of the greatest athletes there are. And that's it. That's the history of golf in America. Thank you for hearing my speech and for your time.
Oh, 30 right there.